my mother and family live in Gaza, and if you've been following the news at all, you probably know that there are hundreds of stories. 1,500 people dead, 200,000 people made refugees within Gaza, internally displaced. The UN schools at breaking point. But I'm just going to tell you the news I woke up to on the day before yesterday. I woke up to the news that 8 of my mother's cousins had been killed by an Israeli shell while sleeping. They live near Khan Yunis, and just outside Khan Yunis in the south of the Gaza Strip. The shell came at around 6:30 in the morning, and then as people escaped the house, another attack came, and more people died as a result of that. I've had a lot of support from friends as a result of that, and people in Gaza are aware of what people are trying to do here for them, so it's much appreciated. And it's not only family. I also reconnected with a school friend quite recently who told me how her home was bombed. Luckily, no one was harmed this time. They actually managed to get out in time. But all these stories. And my mother works she's an aid worker and a doctor in Gaza, and she's on the ground every day, and she's had so many near misses. I'm genuinely fearful for her life with what's going on. We had the house next door to where she's staying was flattened by an Israeli bomb. She was riding an ambulance on her way to work, and they were 20 meters away from an attack. I guess I could go on. There are countless stories, but now I guess we're all here to do something about Gaza, because ultimately we want our voice to be heard, but we also want to make a difference. So I guess my call, to action for us all, we're outraged and we want to do something. My call to action is to join the boycott, divestment and sanctions movement. It worked in putting pressure and ending apartheid in South Africa, and I think it can work for Palestine. And there are specific things that we can do on many levels to help to support this movement and support the Palestinians in getting our human rights and justice. So, for example, on a consumer level, we can boycott Israeli products. On a wider level, we can look at, for example, let's ask what companies connected to Israel's oppression do our pension funds invest in, for example? What companies such as G4S, you've probably all heard of G4S, they run Israeli prisons and are complicit in Israel's human rights abuses, and they're awarded contracts by Manchester City Council and other councils to fulfill various roles. So that's another important one where let's put pressure on our councils to not award these contracts to companies like G4S. It's great to see an MEP, Julie Ward, with us, because that reminds me, for example, of the sanctions that the EU put on products from Israeli settlements, and it's things like this we want to put pressure and keep calling for boycott, divestment and sanctions. And I guess on a local level, you've probably all heard of the boycott picket that's going on at the moment at the Kedem store that sells Dead Sea beauty products. Everyone needs to do what they can, what they feel comfortable with, but we all need to do something to help end this injustice and madness. I'll just finish by maybe asking you to join me in a short chant. So it goes like this: brick by brick, wall by wall, Israeli apartheid's going to fall.
Brick by brick, wall by wall, Israeli apartheid's going to fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall, Israeli apartheid's going to fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall, Israeli apartheid's going to fall.
Come on. free!